In modern society, meat consumption has become an essential display of masculinity and power. Meat is advertised to men through commercials that dehumanize women and equate them to the meat that they are displaying. Gender roles continue to play a role in advertisements of popular products and the diets of females and males. Women tend to eat healthier foods, and advertisements appealing to them have a low focus on taste and an emphasis of caloric makeup. Any foods that are high in calories are considered a guilty pleasure. In comparison, men are typically expected to eat meat as a display of their manliness. This acquisition of traditional gender roles, also known as gender typing, is strengthened by the belief in society that men are strong meat eaters while women are the weaker sex, who favor salads and typically feminine foods. The following advertisement showcases the need to man up in order to eat meat. The belief that consuming vegetables is a sign of weakness is evident in this Hummer ad. This may occur because men are often punished for being too feminine and are rewarded by other men when doing something that outlines their strength. The social learning theory can be observed through this particular ad. It states that we learn social behavior by observing and imitating and being rewarded or punished. The man buying the tofu is punished by society and feels the need to buy a Hummer to become manly again. A recent study published in the Journal of Consumer Research analyzed 23 languages with gendered pronouns. The majority of the study sample categorized meat as masculine, with word hamburger carrying a male connotation in 93.4% of the cases. These common categorizations are mirrored in the meat intake by the two sexes. On average, women consume 156.2 pounds of meat per year, while men consume 239.2 pounds. In addition, 40% of vegetarians are men and 60% are women. Men are more likely to rationalize eating meat, denying animals suffering or saying that animals are at a lower hierarchical rank than humans, while women are more apologetic towards the animals they consume. This happens because the gender stereotypes in our society categorize women as being the sympathetic sex and males as being the more apathetic and forceful sex. Even children witness this association and the approval they receive for embracing their gender role, which causes them to subconsciously follow the stereotypical dietary trends. TV advertisements, particularly in the United States and Europe, enforce the idea that meat is manly and that women serve as a way to advertise this meat to men. Such is seen with this Burger King advertisement in which the main song is a parody of I Am Woman by Helen Reddy, the song made during the women's liberation movement in the 1970s.
I'm going on the prowl for a Texas double whopper. Man, that's good. Oh, yes, I'm a guy. I'll admit I've been fed quiche. Whey tofu, bye-bye. Now it's the Whopper beef I reach. I will eat this meat till my innie turns into an outie. I am starved. I am incorrigible. And I need to scarf a big burger, beef, bacon, jalapeno, good thing down.
These gender roles have their roots in biology. Men have higher metabolic rates, making them require more energy intake, easily acquired through meat. On average, women eat about 20% less meat than men. This is crudely consistent with the difference in healthy body weights of men and women, and also with the dietary guidelines released by the USDA and the HSS, which suggest that caloric needs of women are about 20% less than those of men. Women with lower metabolisms are more concerned about healthy diets and watching their weight. These roles began very early in history. Originally, Neanderthal women ate the same amount of meat as men, and played an equal role in killing animals for meat. This all changed when foraging came into play. Women did not need to take the risk of potentially harming unborn babies if they were pregnant or being unable to care for vulnerable children. From an evolutionary perspective, the female's ability to propagate their genes more strongly depended on them protecting their children. Men had less to lose in order to carry on their genes, and thus became associated with hunting and meat. This trend continued and formed into the stereotypes witnessed today. Women have become a means of advertising as companies use their bodies to help sell meat products. The focus on women's bodies and the fragmenting of individual body parts causes women to become sexual objects, just as animals become objects when eaten as meat. In response to many of these sexist advertisements, companies like Carl's Jr. have stated, We believe in putting hot models in our commercials because ugly ones don't sell burgers. And we believe that life is short, so if it feels good, do it, and if it tastes good, eat it. Carl's Jr. is saying that women and meat are very similar. Both are considered objects meant to be used for men's satisfaction. This objectification and over-sexualization of women continues to appear in the media, making it hard for gender equality to progress in our society today. Ultimately, this leads to our culture propagating gender roles to our children based on social norms. An example of the gender schema theory, the sexual politics of meat influences children to believe that women are the weaker and more fragile sex versus men, who are stronger and tougher, simply based on the foods that they eat.